your creative incentives, if you like, in our schools, which is where it starts. I mean, I know it's a big subject, but what is your general, if you like, overview or your over plan for that at the moment?
Well, firstly, thank you for your I know you've got a long-standing interest in this area. Thank you for meeting with the Deputy Mayor to discuss your ideas. So we're doing a number of things with young people. There's the London curriculum to get them out and about enjoying the city. The music fund, which you know about and support, and have given ideas how to improve giving young people access to the cultural facilities. One of the reasons why we launched the London Borough of Culture was to see if the winning borough could sort of ensure that the children in that borough benefit from that borough being the London Borough of Culture. I recently went to Hull, which is about the size of a borough, and seen the changes that are being made there with the children benefiting from a London Borough of Culture, in that case the UK City of Culture. There's lots of things we're doing that particularly benefit children, and the good news is children have played a big role in some of the submissions made by the boroughs in relation to being awarded the winning London Borough of Culture.
The question really, which is what I was asking originally, was that there should be a public consultation. I know that you've made representations, but it seems to me that with the history, and I know that Assembly Member Sir Hoter has actually talked about this before, is people absolutely being in the dark, the public being completely in the dark as to what's happening, whatever their view. Could you put pressure on to actually have a public consultation too? I mean, could you ask them to do that however they might do it, whether it be by public meeting or whatever?
So, well, as you said, you're one of many Assembly members to raise this issue. Assembly Member Shah, Sir Hoter, Assembly Member Curtin and yourself, and there's been public concern.
Could I ask if the various churches around London have been in any way, have you communicated with them? Would they be part of this? Because they do a lot of pastoral work in these sorts of areas.
Absolutely, all faith communities, by the way, and so civic leaders, faith communities all have a role to play. I mean, the phrase I've used a number of times is, it takes a village to raise a child, and so faith communities have a role to play, family role to play, schools have a role to play, FE colleges. But I think Assembly Member Ardle was right. If we catch them young,
yes,
that's half the battle done.
Start young, which is very important. But I think, and it's just I'm talking very broadly here, that it's terribly important that mostly young men you talk to are not in some ways portrayed as victims. That masculinity is very important to them at that age, and basically sense of honour and all of these things. And I think that that's got to be highlighted. So I'm very pleased that it says London needs you, because it's going in the right direction. But I think that's the most important thing, not in some ways to see them as a sort of group that's somehow or other got to be helped out of a situation. In other words, to actually really work to their sense of self-respect or what have you. I think this is crucial.
If you're asking whether the London Ambulance Service should become a functional body of the GLA group, well, I'm not sure I support this idea, and my understanding is neither does the LAS.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Mayor. So I take it from that you're not keen on the idea of it being brought here, as it were. I mean, it seems to me that it's a bit of an anomaly, really. That we've got police under scrutiny here, we have the fire brigade, but the London Ambulance Service seems to lack scrutiny. There's a kind of democratic deficit there somewhere.
I mean, if you like, the London Ambulance Service deals with the symptoms of problems in the NHS, and I'm not sure if it addresses the mischief you're trying to address, which is a better London Ambulance Service, more accountability, better service for Londoners and patients in general. I
was just thinking that obviously with increasing risks to London, we've seen this year, it would seem to be, it seems to make sense to, if you like, to regularise it with us. But if you're not something you want to do, that's a great pity. I would have thought, because we actually have talked about this on this Assembly before, I think James Cleverly did a report for the Tories about it. There was no recommendation made.
Mr. Whittle, Assembly Member Whittle, you'll not be able to have an answer to this question because you're out of time, sadly.
Okay.
Okay.
You didn't frankly have the balls to put country before party.